Hello, this is Dave Sugarbaker, and today is the 24th day of November in 2024. I have a talk about gratitude. First, Psalm 100. Make a joyful noise to the Lord, all the earth. Worship the Lord with gladness. Come into his presence with singing. Know that the Lord is God. It is he that made us, and we are his. We are his people and the sheep of his pasture. Enter his gates with thanksgiving and his courts with praise. Give thanks to him. Bless his name. For the Lord is good. His steadfast love endures forever, and his faithfulness to all generations. I have an observation, and that is that on the 4th of July, we Americans celebrate our independence, and on Thanksgiving, we celebrate our interdependence. Dag Hammarskjöld was Secretary General of the United Nations from 1953 to 1961. He kept a diary which was translated from Swedish and published in the United States after his death with the title Markings. At the beginning of one year, Hammarskjöld wrote a prayer that stuck with me. For all that has been, thanks. For all that will be, help me to say yes. For all that has been, thanks. We get a choice about how we are going to respond to our life and to our history. And we can spend our energy trying to clean it all up and make it presentable, or we can relax and be thankful for our human, very imperfect life. Life is full of mistakes, and it's one of the best ways we learn. I know for me, I've got no problem with mistakes. I've made plenty. But living a grateful life is important nonetheless. It adds to our happiness, and it helps us to see the glass as half full. Most of us have benefited from the efforts of our ancestors. Individually and collectively, we benefit so much from those who've gone before us. When we look at our history, individually and collectively, I want to say with Dag Hammarskjöld, for all that has been, thanks. We worship in buildings that we didn't create. We have inherited them. We enjoy the fruits of science that were discovered by prior generations. And I'm thankful every day, I know, for the other drivers on the road who agree to follow the rules of the road to keep them and me safe. Elizabeth Gilbert says, in the end, though, maybe we must all give up trying to pay back the people in this world who sustain our lives. In the end, maybe it's wiser to surrender before the miraculous scope of human generosity and to just keep saying thank you forever and sincerely for as long as we have a voice. For all that has been, thanks. I'm thankful for my family. January 16th will be the 123rd Confectioners Charity Ball at the State Opera House in Vienna. You can buy tickets to watch the ball, or you can buy tickets to participate in the waltzes, or you can buy raffle tickets for one of the 3,000 decorated cakes provided by the Vienna area confectioners. It's a big charity event, and it has some interest for me because it's associated with my name. Because it's in German, it's known as the Wiener, that is the Viennese, the Wiener Zuckerbäcker Ball. That's the word for more than one confectioner in Vienna, that is Zuckerbäcker. A single confectioner would be a Zuckerbacker. With a slight changed to Dutch from German, I would have been a Zeichenbacher if my grandfather had not decided that his children should have American names. So he translated Zeichenbacher to sugar baker, and there you have it. I've recently discovered how much I enjoy baking, and I wonder how far back I'd have to go to find a previous Zeichenbacher in my family tree. I don't know a lot about my grandfather, Zeichenbacher. He died in the flu epidemic of 1918, along with his eldest son. But I do know that it was important to him that his children were American through and through, with an American last name, Sugarbaker. Zuckerbacher or Zeichenbacher was a trade name like Cooper or Baker or Smith. It emerged in the 15th century, in the days when confectioners were able to get their hands on refined sugar, but the Hausfrau, the local housewife, could not. I'm grateful for my forebears, whether they were confectioners or not. I'm sure that they've helped to shape me into who I have been in this life. So for all that has been, thanks. In a more general sense, I think it's important to be thankful for all those who've gone before us. There are so many ways we benefit from the efforts of previous generations. Our accumulated knowledge of the world and how it operates, even if there are some people who still don't want to accept some of those hard-won understandings. All of that is not something that we did, it's something we inherit. The things that they built, that we have the luxury of using today, including bridges and roads. I'm thinking of Notre Dame Cathedral, which will be reopening soon after a devastating fire 5 years ago. How many generations invested in the creation and now the restoration of that beautiful cathedral? The original construction, I looked it up, took 200 years. If we begin to look, there are so many reasons to live gratefully. Ralph Waldo Emerson said, "Cultivate the habit of being grateful for every good thing that comes to you, and to give thanks continuously. And because all things have contributed to your advancement, you should include all things in your gratitude. For all that has been, thanks." So let's look at a few other quotes. G.K. Chesterton. When it comes to life, the critical thing is whether you take things for granted or take them with gratitude. Dietrich Bonhoeffer wrote, "In normal life, we hardly realize how much more we receive than we give. And life cannot be rich without such gratitude. It's so easy to overestimate the importance of our own achievements compared to what we owe to the help of others." And finally, from A.A. Milne, Piglet noticed that even though Pooh had a very small heart, it could hold a rather large amount of gratitude. For all that has been, thanks. For all that will be, help us to say yes. Now, God bless you. Just take care of yourself in these holiday times. If you find value here, I'd appreciate it if you pass it along. And take care. I'll see you soon.